This video is brought to you by Ulanzi. There are a lot of myths around photography, a lot of excuses people make for not doing it. I know so many people who honestly believe that they can't go out and take photos for all sorts of reasons. Maybe it's the place that they live, or the weather at the time, or the most common one, their gear. So in this video, I'm going to prove that you can. How? I'm going to get on the train. I'm going to go to a regular, boring old town with a cheap old camera, affordable gear, and in pretty rubbish weather too. And I'm going to go for a photo walk, I'm going to have a great time, and I'm going to take great photos. But more than that, my main goal here is to inspire you to this weekend, get your bum off the sofa and go make something with whatever equipment you have. The kicker is that, I might not actually be able to do it. I don't know. I'm writing this bit of the video before I actually go out there and do it. So if I can't bust these myths, I guess I'm gonna be pretty embarrassed. We'll talk about the camera gear in a moment, and believe me, I have some opinions. But first, welcome to one of the towns of all time, Suliovik. Suliovik is a very regular, plain old little town in Poland. It's certainly not New York or Tokyo, that's for sure. Taking photos in places like Tokyo or New York is just easier. There's more going on, there's more people and weirdness, and importantly, novelty. This town, on the other hand, looks like most other little Polish towns, so I will have to put a little bit more of my own creative juice in the mix. There's actually borderline not enough light already. I mean, that one I think is nice. We'll see if it's nice. I wonder if anyone in Suliovik watches my videos. What do you think? What are the chances? If you live here, comment. The catch here is that everyone thinks that where they live is boring. Everyone! So, even if this town looks nothing like yours, rest assured the people who live here would call it boring, even if you don't, and they would probably think that where you live isn't boring. Oh, but not my town because it's all middle American suburbs. Oh, really? Look, on the one hand, I get it. I lived in the burbs for a time and I found it, shall we say, uninspiring, but it turns out that on the other hand, skill issue. Todd Hido is one example of how you can take amazing photos in the most boring, plain old suburbs that exist. His work is moody, it's colorful, and it's photos of houses you probably walk past all the time without looking at them. Most of Todd Hido's work is long exposures at nighttime, which is a really great way to create a mood that you just can't any other way. And sure, maybe Todd Hido is a 1 in a billion talent and none of us can hold a candle to the sort of work that he does, and maybe you don't want to go out in the cold with a tripod, but Todd Hido isn't just a one-off who got lucky. Here's another example. Kelsey Smith also shoots suburban America, but during the day. These houses are just what's around him, and it's his composition combined with picking the right lighting that makes them so cool. Speaking of cool, my fingers falling off because it's really cold. Now, it wasn't that cold when we shot this, it was like -4, but even if it's a little cold, or worse, grey and cloudy, it's really easy to make the excuse of, weather sucks, I'll stay in. Now, I have no idea how this works, I hate it, but I have discovered that if the weather sucks, and you go out to shoot anyway, you wrap a plastic bag around your camera or whatever, every time you do that, you will come home with photos you like. I don't know why I can't make that happen on nice sunny days, but that's just the way it works. I think that bad weather can lead to some of the best moments, whether that's people running out of the rain or fiddling with their umbrellas, or even just the atmosphere that rain or snow can make. Sure, you'll have to be a little bit uncomfortable for 5 minutes before you warm up, but it's so worth it. Or is it? My bottom is wet and cold. That's not very pleasant. My back's warm though, because of this Ulanzi backpack. So my affordable, cheap, old camera that I'm working with today is the Nikon D700. It's from 2008, I think, and you can pick these up used for literally under $200, like working under $200, which is an insane price for the performance and the build quality, this is a full frame Nikon camera. This is able to shoot billboard quality photos. It's able to shoot magazine cover quality photos. Let's talk about the Nikon D700 for a second. This camera is a professional grade piece of kit, and if you don't believe me, you don't have to. It says so on the Wikipedia page. It's got 12 megapixels, a full frame sensor, and a bad attitude. My regular daily driver camera is a much newer Nikon, the Nikon D750, and it causes me great pain to admit. The Nikon D700 feels tougher. The buttons feel stronger, the build is more sturdy, and the shutter sound is serious business. Oh no. Look at this. It's alright, it's a Nikon. That's what it was made for. Not quite, nearly. I want a little bit darker maybe, like a 5.6. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Cool, man. That is such a cool, like, come on, that's too much fun. Flash is great. Anyone who says pop-up flash isn't great is wrong. But now is the part where you've gone down to the comments to say, but it's full frame. You could have bought a cropped camera for even cheaper. Yes, and that's a great idea, especially if you want a more compact body to travel with. You can get absolutely fantastic photos like these from an APS-C camera or Micro Four Thirds. I just personally prefer the way that full frame looks in terms of depth. It's a personal preference thing, and one isn't better than another. I actually prefer APS-C or Super 35 for video. I recently saw the trailer to Magellan and it looks incredible, and that was shot on a Lumix GH7. That's Micro Four Thirds. But it wasn't just the full frameness of it all that made me go with the D700 as my cheap camera pick. Why won't the flash go off? Maybe it's the cold. No. Maybe it is my hat. I didn't have any other hats available. This was it at that time. That was what I had. Oh yeah, that's really cool. See, built-in flash. Built-in flash is not professional. I'm a professional when I use it, so... And it does this, look. Is that not fidget spinner? What are you talking about? I got this. This camera has kind of a weird cult fan base. People talk about the colors in this camera like it's magical. And while I do think it has nice colors, I just think the way that it renders light overall is really nice. And I would happily shoot this camera in place of my Nikon D750 and not really notice much difference. The lens that I'm using is quite possibly the best price to performance lens that exists, and that's the Nikkor 50mm f1.8D. This lens costs $50 used. It's a 50mm lens. That's $1 per millimeter. Name me one other lens that looks good. It doesn't look great wide open, but name one other lens that looks good that has that level of price to performance. This whole camera package you can get easily for $200, $250. That's insane value. It's an old camera, it's very accessible. You can find these all over the place, and I think it takes pretty good photos. Should I say anything else? Did I sound like a twat? The crazy thing about this 50mm f1.8 is that it often gets really overlooked in reviews, but it's a really nice lens. I think it has quite an organic and gentle look to it. It's not crazy vintage, but it's not crazy sharp modern either. And again, can you complain for 50 bucks? And sure, if you want to take photos of a bird's nostrils or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna have to go sell a kidney and buy a giant jumbo zoom lens. But for most people who just want to grab their camera and go for a walk, there's nothing about this very affordable setup that's stopping you from having a great time and taking great photos. Me, on the other hand... Did the flash go off?
No.
He can't figure out how to make the flash go off. If I do aperture priority, will that work? No. What do I have to do? Do I have to turn off auto ISO? Let's try that out.
It didn't work.
It didn't fucking work.
No.
Now it works. I don't know when the flash works. I gotta be honest, maybe I should have read the manual. Maybe it's because I was pushing it down slightly with my hat. I don't know. Cheap gear. I actually took this backpack up to Todden for Camera Image Festival, and I had it packed to like I could barely stand up with the bag on. It was that heavy and full of stuff, and it held up perfectly. It's like, genuinely, for the price, a crazy good backpack, and it's more than you would ever need as a hobbyist or an artist. It's like a professional grade piece of kit. Now, I want to take a second to explain the Ulanzi sponsorship, because it's not just that they felt like sending me some gear to promote. Ulanzi and I discussed doing a video like this for a while, and a big reason that we wanted to is because we have basically the same mission statements. The whole reason that I started this channel was to get more people like you to start taking photos, because, I mean, photography changed my life, so it could change yours, right? That's also what Ulanzi do. They make gear that works. It makes your life easier, and it doesn't cause your credit score to hit -1 billion when you buy it. I like this Ulanzi tripod. This is the JJ06 Glide Go video tripod, so it's got like a smooth panning thing. It's also great for photography. 2 reasons. 1, really quick and easy to deploy the legs, like just 1 click with your hand basically. And the second reason is that it is carbon fiber on these tubes. And sure, it looks fancy and it saves weight. I don't really care about that. What I care about is it's freezing right now. And if this was aluminium or steel, my fingers would stick to it and get very sore. Just like that, super easy. It's strong. I could probably sit on it and it would break me first. It's very easy to level. I can just undo that, and then it's got a little spirit level on there. So I click out the head, make sure that everything is correct. Just gonna bring these 2 legs down a bit so that we're in there correctly. I, generally speaking, don't like working with tripods too much just because they're a pain. You have to faff around with them, and like this one, you kind of don't as much, which I like. So it's got a quick release. You just bang the camera in there and it's on, super easy. And now I can do some medium exposures, not long exposures because we're not going super crazy, but so like 20th, 10th of a second. Let's go f8, make the most of this lens. We'll go ISO 200, because ISO 200 is the base on this camera. This would like, I think, probably about a 1.6 second exposure. I think that's pretty good. If you are doing long exposures, usually it's a good idea to use a shutter release or use self-timer mode or use mirror up, but you don't really need to. It's just one of those things they tell you to do because it's better, but you can get away with it. If it's only a second or 2, you can get away. If you're careful and your tripod is sturdy, like this one is, you can get away with it. I wonder what happens if I use flash. Should I try on with flash? I don't know what this is going to look like, but that's part of the fun. I'll just experiment and see if that looks good. Okay, the answer is it doesn't. It's all about experimentation. It's not about taking the best photos of your life. It's about going out, having a good time, playing around with the camera, expressing yourself in a way that makes you feel good and makes you feel like an artist. And it's not about obsessing over being in the best place at the best time, the best gear and the best lenses and the best this and that and everything else. You don't need any of that. There's no council of the photographers that are going to decide whether or not you're a real one. You just go and do it. I abuse my gear and I use it all the time, and so I was actually a little bit nervous to rely on the Ulanzi backpack and tripod because I'd never tried them before, but they held up perfectly. I've been using loads of their stuff through my entire creative process, from this little handheld smoke machine and turbofan combo to create haze, to the studio dock for launching programs quicker, to even lighting that video with one. If you're looking to start out in photography or you need something like a tripod or a bag, Ulanzi are a really great option, so check out the top link in the video description and have a browse. Thank you so much to the team over at Ulanzi and to you for supporting what I do. So, the real challenge here. Did I, in a regular old town in nasty weather, with an insanely affordable and old camera setup, manage to have a great time and take great photos? I think the answer is yes. One of those 15 will be good. All right, you ready? Go wide. This shouldn't be as fun as it is. I'm a grown-ass man. I ended the day with 47 photos, and I think 2 or maybe 3 that I really liked. That's a pretty good hit rate for me, actually, and I was really impressed with the D700. But the twist is, the photos at the end don't matter anywhere near as much as the process. You know how they say, like, enjoy the process? What they're talking about is the bit where you go and take the photos. The most rewarding part of practicing the art form of photography isn't the Instagram post at the end. It's getting out of the house, touching grass, or in this case, snow, and seeing if you can find some inspiration in the mundane. I'll tell you a secret, it doesn't make basically any difference if you're using a gold-plated Leica in Shibuya, or a Coke can pinhole camera in Arkansas, or a Lumix GX80 in Switzerland. The process of, experiencing the miracle that is being alive and being able to capture a photo of that, it's still the same. I mean, I wouldn't say no to the gold-plated Leica, but if you still don't believe me, or you need more help with your boring town, watch this video next where I'll teach you all of my secrets to taking banger photos in boring places. Stay hydrated and create art.